Good morning, everyone. I hope your morning slate paid off. We went 2-0 in our picks in yesterday's video, picking both E-Star and Team We to win. These two-game slates can be crazy sometimes. I had the winning lineup. I had both winning teams on my lineup, but finished out of the money today. Captain selection's vital. I picked the wrong one. Hopefully you didn't. If you won, do me a favor. Let me know down in the comment section. Also, make sure to hit that like button and please help me out by subscribing. You can also follow me on Twitter at @TheChadFinn. Back to the action. Today, in the first game of match one, we saw DMO versus E-Star. DMO won the early game. A couple things I noticed. DMO really did a good job like I said, in the early game, but specifically in advancing vision. They had vision control really throughout the game. They did everything pre-20, I feel, to win, except they were unable to transfer or advance their lead into mid-game or mid-game snowball. In all honesty, while watching it, even though they had the lead, it never really felt to me as though E-Star was in danger of losing. And it really kind of blows my mind because vision is such a key advantage in League of Legends. I don't know how many people play. I play all the time, at least a few games a night. And being able to know where your enemies are is vital, even for somebody who's amateur like myself. In the pros, it might be the most important thing that they're doing on the map is ward placement. And DMO dominated it. And it's really troubling when a team that has as much map control as DMO had still couldn't capitalize. Ultimately, E-Star was able to rely on their mechanical superiority, which was evident, really most evident in the execution of two team fights that really led to the end of the game. Both are at Dragon. The first one was at the 23:30 mark, I believe, and the other one was at the 34:30 mark. First fight resulted in Dragon, and then they immediately ran over, took out Baron, which allowed them then to set up for the next Dragon fight, which, again, they won that. And that one they actually could have lost. It's just, mechanically, you could just see how superior E-Star was. Resulted in the game end. No surprise, really. Wink was MVP. Wink is one of the best ADCs in the LPL. In game two, DMO once again took a brief early lead, but couldn't advance it. This time, almost as soon as they took it, E-Star took it back, took control of the game at about the 7-minute mark, and then they never looked back. They won the draft. They won the early game. And they closed out in mid-game. DMO, after watching this, has a long split ahead of them. Something to keep in your mind as the season moves forward. Outside of hedging, they're probably not going to find their way into Finns 5 anytime soon, because they are no doubt in my mind a bottom 4 team. And E-Star, once again, is a playoff team. They could be a top 4 team. My only concern is this: I think they are so mechanically dependent that they sometimes and they know it. They know they're mechanically good. They sometimes make poor decisions and give up early advantages. They have to make better decisions early if they want to beat the top LPL teams like Top Esports, JD Gaming, FPX. They've got to play better early in order for that to happen. Also in this one, Fin established himself a bit here by earning Game 2 MVP in his quest to prove to everybody that he can replace crying. And he looked good today. Granted, it was against DMO. In the second match, we saw Team We versus IG. Game 1 was pretty straightforward. I mean, this series right here was really straightforward and shocked me a little bit. I mean, I picked but the way that this unraveled for IG is confusing to me. And I'll cover that here in a second. The Team had a really good first draft. They executed their scaling comp to near perfection in game with Ornn and Aphelios. It was just a matter of time, really. They played it so well. You could tell they were just focused on not giving up an early lead. And when Aphelios gets his third item, at that point, it's game over. In this case, it was Phantom Dancer. I believe they closed the game out on a 10-0 kill streak. It was dominant. And which brings me to the part that confused me, is in game 2, I expected, okay, IG is going to come out and we're going to get some resistance. I really thought this would go 3 games. Didn't think Team would win it in 2. But IG in the draft, knowing they clearly had no answer for Ornn and Aphelios in game 1, didn't ban either one. They didn't pick either one. They didn't ban either one. They drafted. So not only did they make the mistake of not banning one or both of Ornn and I'm not sure what that is behind me, poking through the green screen. I don't know if you guys can see it. If I lean back right there. I know what it is. It's a new lamp I bought for some LED lights, so I'm going to hook up later today. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. Not only did they not ban Ornn and or Aphelios, they then drafted Jarvan, their jungler, with the second pick, and then followed it up with no bans of any junglers. He's, a clear counter to Jarvan is a Graves. Graves is as meta as junglers get right now, and it looks like he's only going to become more and more popular. But they were, because they didn't ban out any junglers either, we was able to then wait till the last pick up Graves, which is a hard counter to Jarvan 4. They were able to, in between there, add Galio and Bard. I mean, at the end of the day, that was a scary comp. I mean, they had a scaling comp before. Now they have a scaling comp with a ton of engage and a ton of damage. Ultimately, game 2 looked a lot like game 1. It was just more dominant by Team is no doubt for real this split and should make the playoffs. Feel like their ceiling is pretty high. The book is out on IG. They were a good team last split. It honestly looks like there's some leadership issues going on. They don't look to be on the same page. I'm not sure how at this level you have such a horrible draft. It was a bad draft. So then that covers today's games. 2-game slate. Like I said, hopefully those that listened to my video yesterday went with we and E-Star, and hopefully it paid off. Hopefully you picked the right captain. If you did, tell me about it. Head down below and share in the comments if you don't mind. But other than that does it for today's slate review. I'm going to check out the LCS Academy slate for this afternoon that I think starts at 6 p.m. Eastern time, 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. If I'm comfortable with it, and this is an if, I'll post a video on it. If not, I don't want to give you bad advice. I've always felt advice can be wrong because no one's perfect, but it just can't be bad. If I don't feel that I have a real chance of giving you good advice, the right advice, then I just won't make the video. I'll be putting a lineup in regardless because I might have a gambling problem. But I will for sure be posting Fins 5 for tomorrow morning's LPL slate. So keep an eye out for that, maybe 2. Before you leave, if you haven't already, please like the video. For the love of everything good, subscribe to the channel. And what the hell? While you're down there, ring that bell notification too. But that does it. Another episode in the books. Hope you enjoyed it. This is Chad Finn saying thank you. As always, stay safe out there. See you back here this afternoon, maybe twice. And other than that, we'll see you on the Rift. Hope you guys have a great day.